Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video. This time is for Ace, and hear me out before you skip the intro or do anything else. The reason that I think this is the best version of the deck is because it has a decent chance versus yellow and black, and I'm gonna showcase only black and yellow matchups today because I play about 5 hours 3 days in a row Ace, and I was trying to make it work because I like the leader, I like the character, and the problem is that the yellow matchups are atrocious, and the black matchups are also super difficult. And this is the list after testing with me and Andrew and a couple of friends that are my circle that I play test with, and we came up with this list was like the best thing that we can come up with for Ace, because it definitely just encapsulates what the deck wants to do and uses the ability, the leader's ability to just play a lot of extra cards to the fullest potential. Now, I know I'm gonna have comments as to why I'm not playing the Emperor's Son, the 7-cost spell for Ace, and the reason is because it's not efficient enough. Now, hear me out when I say that, because it's good enough to kill an 8-drop kid. I mean, yeah, an 8-drop kid, or maybe a Karakuri is the best target that you're gonna find against yellow. But if you spend your turn doing that instead of developing something at the same time, you're gonna have a really bad time, because the way that matchup works is that, like, the turn they play a Karakuri, you have to be already ahead, and you have to, like, the turn after, you have to be playing a Whitebeard basically. Like, if you don't play a Whitebeard the turn after you play they play their Karakuri, you're falling tremendously behind and you're not gonna be able to come back. And if you, yeah, sure, you will be able to do a Flame Emperor, kill the 8-drop, but then they start playing the Big Mom, and then the second Big Mom, and then the third Big Mom, and then you never were able to develop an Edward Newgate, and there you were gonna lose eventually, because that's what the deck happens. So playing the 7-cost spell is gonna put you one turn behind of where you wanna be, and you're gonna lose because of that. So this works better where you play your Whitebeard, and then from there you start playing every turn a Round Table or a Crossfire or something that reduces the cost of the leader, with like an Ace, and then you start using the Newgate to just destroy the opponent's board every turn. And that way you can start using the leader ability, the fact that you can use the extra cards for defense or for combo. It makes more sense, and this is the best card that you can play in this leader. After playing this leader a couple games, like a lot of games, on finding out this is just the best card that you can play on this leader. The fact that you get not punishment for playing for this one is the best thing that you can do with this leader basically. You can also play something like Striker on the leader, and you get some extra cards that makes the leader extra good. For example, Ace, and that's basically what it encapsulates why you should play this deck this way, and no overcommit on something like the Flame Emperor, because it is a bait at the end of the day. Like, if you do Round Table into a Marco, you're gonna get the same result. If you do a Round Table into a Fire Fist, you're gonna get better results than if you do a Flame Emperor. And that's basically what I wanted to come down to. If you do a Crossfire into a Fire Fist or Marco or one of the other examples, it's gonna be better than playing a Flame Emperor. The rest of the deck is designed to just play your curve, where you go Marco, Ace into Newgate if possible. Do have a lot of searches so you can get the curve on time. You do play 3 of the searching spell and 4 of the Isos, so that way you can get that curve more consistently. And you also play Boogie, so you can search your Round Tables and your Whitebeard Pirates, so you can make the deck super consistent. And you're trying to do the same thing every game. You're not always get to do it, but you get to do an iteration of the same play every game, right? And you can also, if you don't have an Ace, you have a Marco plus like a Crossfire Marco, and you still have a Sticky Threat, and you still do the same things, right? And yeah, that's what I wanted to share with the deck. Otama is very good because, I mean, it works with all the minusing effects plus a removal spell. Makino is very good because you have a bunch of one drops that if you have completely cleared the opponent's board, then you play a Makimo and they have to decide whether to attack the Makimo, in which case it serves as a blocker, or they and then you are able to attack with the one drop as well, or they just ignore the Makimo and then you have a 2-card combo there that you can keep attacking every turn. So either way, you're winning with that strategy. So I wanted to play some Makimos as well, just to completely encapsulate the deck and just to round it up and have different threats and different varieties of the deck. One of the strongest things that you can do is Edward Newgate plus Roundtable. It just kills anything and kills 2 things at the same time, and it definitely just puts you back into the game. And you're gonna see what I'm saying when I see the gameplay for today. But with that being said, that's all. Let's go see some gameplay and see how it does. Okay, and we're gonna play against Karakuri then. This is a good player. I'm playing against Andrew, so this is gonna be a good testing session for the deck to test that out. And this one, so I played the Boogie turn 1, searched the round table, and I attack with Boogie and I attack with Ace this turn, right? I do want to keep doing my pressure, and the fact that he had to attack my Boogie, that is very good for me because that's relieving some of that pressure out of my leader. I'm definitely gonna have to play. I could play Marco, or I could play Iso Blocker, like the Marco blocker. But I think the fastest that I get into the board with my 5-drop is gonna be good. Although the Marco plus a removal spell will be able to get rid of something eventually. But I just want to follow my curve, and here I think I have a good curve to where I want to definitely just deal with my opponent here. He puts an energy under the vanilla here because he's trying to play around Jet Pistol, I assume. Or there's a lot of Jet Pistol like effects on Ace, so it is not it is not something that you wouldn't play around. Now he attacks with the 4-drop, so he doesn't have another play to do here. And that is very good for me because I'm able to remove it for free. And then I also have 2 cards that are going to do pressure here. So this is the best case scenario that I have right now. I follow my curve, my opponent doesn't have a board, and then now they have to deal with what I have on board, right? He's going to attack my leader because he knows that I have to defend it, but I'm just going to take it because I know eventually he's just going to burn me for the last 3 life. So defending the leader early on is just not that efficient. And I'm going to play my my White Beard here. And I'm going to attack for 7. He doesn't hit anything at alive, but I'm not going to attack with my Marco this turn because I don't want him to attack my Marco. I want to protect the Marco, and next turn I'm going to go all in. And then there comes the first big mom, right? And he doesn't attack with Karakuri because he knows that if he attacks with the Karakuri, then I just go maybe round table or maybe some removal spell into the and I attack the Karakuri, and he won't be able to do anything about it. I just remove both threats that he's got out of the board, and then he just won't have anything, right? Here he just has to let the Big Mom die. But at least I'm at 2 life and I have a blocker now. So I am in a very good spot right now still. And I have another round table just in case he plays another Big Mom. And now he needs to start attacking with the 8-drop. And yeah, I used my card to revive it. I think Ace is not going to be that good because I'm going to be doing round table for most likely. Since he didn't attach any energy, I'm expecting the Big Mom to come down. So I do have to keep up the round table to be able to deal with her. And now I draw here, and now this is the best turn that I can have, definitely. So I'm gonna do round table the Big Mom, and I'm gonna attack for. I could attack for more than 12, but I feel like 12 is just fine enough. If he wants to defend it, that's fine. He's gonna lose a lot of advantage by doing so, and I'm gonna attack with Ace, and I'm gonna attack with Marco here, and I'm gonna attack with the 4-cost Marco because I'm at 1 life, and I don't fear anything, and I'm gonna play another Marco as well. So I'm just going to have to get cards out of my opponent's hand as soon as possible. Because if he plays a 3rd Big Mom, I might still be on trouble. So I have to keep pressuring my opponent. And he does play a 3rd Big Mom. So I have to be able to win from here, and it's not always that easy, and I have to be careful when he hits something out of life. So yeah, that's not always that easy, right? I'm gonna play the Boogie because I want to see what are my options, and I have Radical Beam, and Radical Beam could actually be what I was hoping, what I was needing. He does have enough cards in hand to defend my turn, so I actually have to like deal enough damage here. It would have been amazing if I got the round table out of the Boogie too, so I can deal with Big Mom. But I didn't, so it is what it is. That's what I was digging for with the Big Mom. And I'll attack with Marco here because I'm expecting I'm gonna play the other Marco too as well. I should have attacked for 5 first, but I mean it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna attack for 6 because I'm also need to keep up the 2 energy Radical Beams. And I'm thinking that I'm also not pressuring that much because I'm thinking if he has a Thunderbolt out of life, it's gonna be really difficult for me. And if he has one Thunderbolt in hand, I have to keep up 2 blockers just because of that reason. And let's see, I don't know if he has a 4th Big Mom here. I definitely have to block here and see what he does here. I'm not gonna use the Marco's ability because again, I'm trying to play around Thunderbolt, and if I pitch a card from so he does have Thunderbolt, and I cannot use the Marco's ability because he's just gonna go all in here, and I have to be able to do Radical Beam, and 2 2K counters. I actually could have used 1 2K counter. Okay, so I could have get the Marco ban back, but that was enough to win this matchup. But at least we were able to beat 3 Big Moms, which is the worst card that you can face against this leader, right? And yeah, I mean, it was really important to have. Really came down to he didn't have too many triggers out of life. I mean, too many impactful triggers like an attacker out of nowhere that could have also spelled disaster at the end of the game. But I mean, he did have 3 Big Moms, which is take it or leave it, right? We were able to remove them on site thanks to the Whitebeard, but it was a really difficult matchup still. Even with so much like tech and things that you have to do just to be able to bring this matchup to a winnable state. This is the closest that he's gonna get with this matchup, I think. Okay, and we're gonna play another black deck just to drive out. Like I want to play against the worst matchups that you can have on this leader, just so you can understand why I think that the deck is actually very good, because it can compete very well against all of this if you do draw, if you do have the cards that you want. And here we get the Searcher, and we have some good cards here. Now, Boogie is kind of really bad to play sometimes. Now, a lot of the times versus Smoker, because you're not really gonna attack with it, but you do want the extra cards that you get. But it also pumps the leader for free. So it is a card that I was debating on playing or not playing, but it is what it is. I have to keep going, and I have to keep developing my board. Even if he does have removal, I have to develop the board and just try to force the removal out of him, or just being able to just have something that I can attack with. Because this is another matchup where that's gonna be really important. And here he has the Smoker, and again, if you see a Vista, it's not a Vista, it's just the Fireface, which I think offers the same value and it's gonna be equally as good. And then here, I'm not gonna use that's one thing that I see a lot of people that play the Striker do as a mistake. The Striker is more like a late game card, so that's why I'm only playing it as a one-off, because you can always search it out of a lot of cards in your deck. And I do wanna combo out of this one, because I'm thinking that I might have to take the double strike here, either way, and I just don't wanna. I don't want to take a double strike, and on top of that, I take the other one. And the ace finally, so we can deal with the ace, and then attack the leader. And then we are in a comfortable spot here, because now from now on the striker is gonna be our refilling hand, and we have enough cards to get through the smokers that yeah, they cannot be KO'd by effects, but their attack can be reduced and they can easily be killed by something else. So and I have my Marco as the blocker. My board is efficient enough to where he's not gonna die to any effects. We have been able to efficiently play around the ISO. So this time we're gonna play correctly, and we're gonna play around the ISO. That's very important in any black matchup. It's just getting ISO is gonna lose you a lot of games if you don't know prepare for that. He's attacking Ace, which just tells me he wants to control my hand a little bit. He knows he cannot connect, it seems like, and then he just wants me to pitch cards, and I'm definitely gonna try to keep my board. And he's forced to play the ISO either way because of what it is. And then here I used the striker, but I missed, and I don't have a removal for the ISO, but I still have enough attackers here, and I get the Fire Fist because I mean this is the Crossfire. The Crossfire is just gonna give me another layer of protection, and it's another extra card that I can pitch to Marco, either or the Marcos. So I'm definitely gonna be attacking here for everything. And then he combos out of the early attacks. He's banking on this ISO to be able to win the game. We have a wide enough board to where now we are able to defend a lot. And he's attacking my my Ace, not because he thinks that I cannot, not because I cannot defend it, or because like that's a bad play. It's just like if you play ever Ace, you know they don't have too much ways to defend their battle cards. They can defend their actual they're able to defend their leader very well, but their battle cards it's not something that they do easily. And again, another instance where the round table is gonna be good again. So that's why I like to play this card. It's just very nice. And I'm gonna attack for 6 because I don't want him to just combo 5. I want him to if he wants to combo out of this one, it's gonna cost him a card. And that's where we are right now. And if he ever blocks with these Borsalinos, I'm gonna try to punish those Borsalinos by attacking for 7. And then I'm just gonna attack for 7, double 7 then. Let him block and combo at 2k if he wants to. Because I do wanna keep the Crossfire here. He doesn't block, he just takes the last life. He's saying, I have to kill you this turn, or else I'm just not gonna leave another turn. And here I could use the Marcos ability, but I don't. Because, I mean, he's trying to go for game, right? Okay, but rather he just goes after the Ace. I don't have a way. He knows I have Crossfire and an unknown card. So he's trying to buy himself another turn. I missed out of this search, so that's very bad for me. But I'm just gonna force at least the 2 blockers here. And he combos out of that one, trying to keep another attacker for next turn. So I have to just keep what I have, I think. And I attack the Borsalino because it doesn't matter. I either attack the Borsalino or he blocks with the Borsalino. So either way, he's going to keep his board and he's going to try to go for game. And here I just have to prevent, like, I have to stop him from winning this turn. Because next turn I should be able to win because I have the Isos. And he has 0 cards in hand, so it's going to be easy to survive, to win the game. But I have to survive this turn. And I use this one because this one is only active on battle cards. So you have to keep that in mind when you play this one. And he concedes because he needed all the attacks to go through. I believe there's just no way to win now for him. He needs that one. And then 1, 2, 3. He has 3 attacks. He could attack at something else, but he knows I have another Crossfire. And yeah, I mean, playing around another Crossfire and a 1k is just impossible for him. Yeah, that's it. That's just game. Okay, and we're gonna play against Karakuri, and we're gonna go first always, I think, is the best, because you do want to do White Beard on turn, and then you have to start doing Round Table back to back, even if they have Big Mom on curve. Although Orhan is not the most amazing thing that I've ever seen, but we're gonna have to work with it. At least we were able to dig 3 cards deeper into something that is actually like playable, right? Here he does play Pudding. Pudding is gonna get him something that he's gonna need here. Definitely something that but we'll see what happens here. And I don't have anything to play on turn 2 either, so my hand is completely terrible at the moment. But we'll see where we go from here, right? He also hits the Perospero out of life, which is actually very bad for us. And he has the Karakuri on top of that. So we are very, very, very behind this game. I actually like to see that ace, because that ace is going to put us a little bit ahead. But yeah, we're definitely very, very behind. And I'm going to have to combo something here. I think it has to be the Crossfire, because I don't know if I'm going to have the time to play that one and some removal spells here. And I have to attack the Perospero because I have to alleviate some of the pressure. But I assume he's going to defend it, because, I mean, the pressure right now is actually real, and I have to be careful here. He can let it die, but then I don't feel like as pressure as if I something else. And I'm gonna prioritize the Marco over like an Iso on a Marco, because I wouldn't put it above him to just attack me with the 1-drop. So I rather just remove that as a possibility, and then just force him to attack me with like whatever he has. And I definitely was just gonna combo the 1K, and I definitely will combo the Iso over a Marco, because Marcos are defense in the late game versus Big Mom, and that is what it comes down. This matchup comes down to. And I finally hit out of the Whitebeard Pirates card. It doesn't get a striker, so that's I would have gotten the striker if I could, but then I have to get myself the most options, so I get an ISO. So in the late game, I have more options as to what I get to search, either a 2K or an extra card or something else that I need. So I definitely just should pick just the ISO just because of that. And that's what I do. And yeah, here he plays the Billable, I think is the name. But we're able to bring it back here because the ace is just good enough to just bring the game back into the to the fold. I attack with the 3K Fierce into the 3K first, because I mean into this one, because I want to see if he wants to block, and I will get rid of that one just in case he wants to block. And then I attack 2K into this one. It's the same amount of like resources, so I assume he's just gonna let it die. And then yeah, just attack the Marco, and hopefully we don't hit something out of life. That would be really ideal. So okay, so we do hit something out of life. So the pressure is amounting, and is actually very, very scary right now. Now he could play the A drop and then bounce back my ace to the life, but now here he's forcing me to combo out of life. So he's just putting me to very combo a lot of cards out of my hand, or I will have to do that. And at this point I was playing 2 of the striker. I move it down to 2-1 because I didn't like it. I like too many. Okay, so he forces me to combo here, and I will. And I think I just have to slam down the Whitebeard as well. Because I don't think I can beat a Big Mom back to back without the Whitebeard. I attack for 5. Because I wasn't sure what it was going to do yet. I could play just the blockers first, just to give myself some time. Because I have to see if he hits out of the life too, for another card that he can play, because that would be really bad. So yeah, I have to give myself one more turn here. And I think I just pick the blocker, because blockers are how I stay myself alive. Especially since he forced me to just combo a lot of cards out of my hand. Now the first Big Mom is gonna be an issue because I don't have an actual way to deal with her. Yeah, he does have it, so I'm just thinking of what I'm gonna combo here. And I think I need the Striker. And I won't be able to play Whitebeard anymore, so I have to keep my board and try to kill him with the cards that I have on board. I don't think I can play Whitebeard anymore. But he doesn't have the Big Mom for what it's worth, so we have a chance here. Now, he doesn't have too many cards, and I have to be careful too. I don't think I want to play the Ace, because I think that one is going to be better when I attack my opponent. I'm going to play the Stage most likely and just get some extra cards. He does combo out of those, and then I still have to be worried about the Bellamy. And maybe I should have done the Striker first, see what I get. I got a Crossfire. I replaced the Vista for the one that destroyed the Fire Fist. I think it's the same effect, and the Fire Fist it just gets more reach. So in this case, it actually would have been really good because I would have been able to deal with the Pudding and Charlotte, one of the two. So it would have been amazing here, but I didn't do it, right? And I played triple blocker because I don't know if he has Thunderbolt, and I have to play around that, right? Now, I'm thinking he's gonna do the Big Mom here. Let's see if he finally found it, and he does. So I have to be careful as well. But let me think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack with Marco first into one of the guys because I just cannot defend the turn if he has too many attackers, and I have to do it here. I'll just replace that one. Get rid of that one as well. And I have to survive one more turn. It is what it is. Here I will get this one, I guess. It gives me another way to defend myself. And you see here the Vista. I just replaced it for the Fire Fist because it would have been better here. Any spot of the game. And I have 3 blockers and maybe enough counter to save myself here. We'll see. I have 2k counters. I definitely cannot bring this one back. I have to see what he does. He's at 1 life, so if I survive, I will be able to attempt to go for game. But we'll see here what happens. I'm gonna keep the Vista here because again. That's the card that is gonna be able to KO the Bellamy if it survives. And he plays a second Big Mom. And I guess the Vista does give me an avenue to win the game here. But I was gonna try to go for game either way. Because in the other way, if the Vista wasn't the Vista and it was the Fire Fist, I just used the Striker to get an extra card. And I use the Vista either way. And I attempt to go for game this turn. So it was gonna be about the same. Here he has the extra card, He has an extra life out of life. He has another extra life out of life. And now attack for 6. Now attack for the remaining. But yeah, that was gonna be the gist of it. That I was still gonna try to go for game. The numbers would have been different. Maybe he would have been a combo or something. But it would have been about the same. And that's why I changed the Vista into the other one. That's why. But yeah, I mean, that's how... Even through, like, all the hurdle that we went to try to win this matchup, it was still very difficult to try to get there. And it requires, like a lot. But at least this version that I built... that we built, like collectively decided this is the best chance that you have versus at least yellow, which is definitely your worst matchup. That it doesn't get any worse than yellow. Yellow is definitely what you don't want to see when you're playing in a tournament if you're playing ace. But yeah, I hope this helped you like learn a little bit how to play against yellow, or how like if this deck is doing something that you actually want to see, right? Okay, and we're gonna play against Rob Lucci and black again. As I was saying in the intro, this is another matchup that is difficult because of like the numbers that they get to hit. We do have a decent hand here. We have the wipe here, which is probably about some of the best cards that we can have. And we have 3 Marcos. That's definitely what we want to see. Again, the Vista, I change it out for Fire Fist because it is very it is better in this deck, and it offers about the same value. So whenever you see Vista, it's basically a Fire Fist, and I think it's just gonna be the same amount of value. I'm gonna play my Marco because Marco is difficult to remove. So if he has Sakatsuki here, we're gonna be able to bring it back. And now this is the nice thing about Crossfire, because Crossfire plus Marco is definitely something that you want. No trigger here because we don't want to defend that one. And then let's see what the opponent does. He attacks for 7. We'll definitely just take. It's fine to go to 2 versus any deck usually. It's not that big of an issue. This one does get through blockers because of the leader ability. But it won't be that difficult anyway. Let's see if he wants to block with the Borsalino. I would. He has enough cards in hand to defend, and then some. And then I'll attack the leader again because I want him to either block and combo or see what he wants to do. Definitely an ace here would have been able to win me the game, I think. But we'll see. I mean, it's not like the worst thing that could have happened here. I have to use 2 cards to get rid of that one, but it's fine. It's not the biggest problem. Second Marco is definitely going to help either way. So, yeah, I mean, this is where we are. He attacks for 5. And then I'm going to get got by the... I didn't really play around the A drop. I should have, because now I don't have an answer for him immediately. He got my Marco and my round table. Like, he got both my answers for that guy. And then, as I was saying here, if this was if it wasn't Vista, it was gonna be the other one, and would offer me the same value. I would have just played the 9 drop here instead of attacking with the instead of playing the Marco here, the Vista. Regardless, I think since the beginning I couldn't really play around it because he was attacking for 7 and I didn't have any 2Ks early on, but I could have really play around it a little bit more, so I didn't get like as punished by the A drop. I think that was my main mistake on this matchup. But still, I mean, we're gonna still try to get there, even though it is more difficult now that I just got heavily punished by what my opponent was doing. Because now he can start attacking for like big numbers, and I don't have too many cards in hand, and it's gonna be a difficult process from there on. But we'll see what my opponent wants to do here. They could play like a Kusan, force me to discard 1 card on my hand. I definitely would just like to play my 9 drop next turn. I cannot take that damage. I have to combo out of that one. That's for sure. I don't think he's going to attack with the Borsalino. He's liking just to block and be able to combo out of those. But we're just really behind this turn. He can just destroy the Vista, which is fine. I mean, Vista was not really doing anything. And then he plays a Bueno, which is really bad for me. But we're definitely gonna slam the White Bear because we just don't have anything else to do. And I'm gonna attack for 6, 6, 6. a 6/6/7 and just trying to survive next turn, and hopefully we are able to just get through a blocker or something, and we're able to get there. But we're a little bit too behind because of the -2 that we got there. He uses the counter ability on Iso, which is weird to me because, I mean, next turn is going to be really good too. So, I mean, I'll take it, but it is a weird play for me. He just combos, or he's just going to let the Bueno die. No, he's just going to combo out of that one. And it is... I don't think he's going to go for game. He could attempt to. He has 2 blockers, so... I mean, there is no reason why he shouldn't deal me at least 1 damage. And then his blockers just float. Like, at least the Bueno just floats. So it's going to be really nice here. And he hits the Isto. And then we have this card here. It's going to be really good against our Whitebeard as well. So we're really a little bit too behind. I don't know if we're going to be able to win here, even with the Marcos. And then he just deals me 1 damage. Now I could play Ace. I mean, I could do Round Table, destroy something, but I know I'm not gonna be able to do anything anyway. So I'm just gonna attack with 12, which I know he's gonna combo out of, or he's gonna block. Probably. I don't think he wants to go to 0. Oh, he might. I don't know. He combos with the Borsalino, kind of weird. I'm gonna attack 5 here because I don't wanna. I wanna hope that I can actually survive 1 more turn. I don't think I will be, but I'm just gonna attack for 6 because it's the most amount of cards that I can get out of him. Like, he just can combo 6 into the 6k, and then it will be really difficult for me to win. And if he combos 1 more time here, then I might be able to just destroy the that guy. Okay, so he combos a 2k, and I just keep. Although here attacking the leader is kind of like a mistake. I should have just attacked the 7, but I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to get through the 4 anyway, and I have to put him up. I'm gonna kill you next turn. So I'm gonna try to survive this turn, and that's it. Now he does have 3 7k attackers at least, or 9k attackers. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to. But he does kind of make a mistake here, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, he would have made a mistake if the card that I have on hand is just a 1k. I wouldn't be able to. I think I would be okay if the card that I have on hand, instead of being a boogie, is a counter card. Any extra card, any other card that is not a boogie, I think would have given me the game. Because here I can take any damage up to a 10. Like, if he doesn't attack 10-10, I would be able to just go, oh. Okay, so he attacks for 5. If the boogie was a card that I could combo with, I just combo out of that one, and then I combo out of one of the other 2 attacks, and I would have won the game. So I think I might have been a little bit trolled. I'm not entirely sure. If he goes 10-10, can he go 10-10? Let me see. 3 and 3. He goes 10-10. Oh yeah. I mean, 10-10 loses to a 1 counter out of my life. So either way, if I have a 1k counter, I would have won this game. But I mean, it didn't happen, right? It's up to the gods at that point, right? Maybe if I attack the battle card and it dies, then I'm able to survive this turn. Something that I should have considered maybe better, but I don't really think that card would have survived the next turn. I don't know, maybe. Okay, and for final thoughts on the deck, as I was saying, this is what my testing after a lot of hours put into the like developing this deck, this is what I came up to be like the best possible way that you can play the deck. And if you have a better way, please share it. Let us know. Let me know what you think is much better than this, and maybe someone would like it more than this. But I think this is like the most refined way that you can play the deck at the moment. With that being said, that's all I have for today. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.